The first masjid, look, you said your point. Let me see mine. The first masjid was made in 695 and completed in 705. I heard your criteria. You want it to be an authentic, trustworthy Sunni source or from the Quran or authentic hadith. I heard you, right?
I don't think you understand, but you're not doing that now.
No, but I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you.
When you start rolling,
the only way?
When you start speaking, projecting, but you're not doing that either.
Brother, are these three criteria the only way?
Can you just calm down?
I am calm down.
You understand?
Is this the only way
I don't think you understand what you're saying.
The truth?
I think you would have been understand, but you don't understand me now.
Okay.
Because they don't listen, so they don't understand.
Brother, I repeat everything you said back to you.
Come on, preaching mode.
But I repeat everything you said back to you.
No, you don't.
And I think it's important. Yes, but it's important that we establish why are those three criteria. No, I'm simply asking why is that three criteria the only three?
I got different criteria. That's sincerity.
Right.
Can you start rolling for a different criteria?
But tell me why those three criteria are the only way that you can tell the truth about a matter.
That's what I believe in, bro.
So it's blind faith with no evidence. Yeah?
Okay, the individual says, because I bring it to share what he says, I'm going to go to a hadith. No, but that's... So he decided to go with inner Islamic source hadith of Aisha to refute that he went physically. Do you understand that? I said to him, since you're proposed to go to hadith, you have to make sure you go to give me authentic hadith, because I'm a Muslim.
It's from Aisha, so it's authentic.
Yeah, man. I'm a Muslim.
Are you a Muslim? Yeah. Oh, okay, great. I don't see how you tackle this problem.
I said to you, actually, you speak to me as a Muslim. I follow current verse, and I won't follow authentic hadith.
From Aisha?
I follow current verse, and I won't follow authentic hadith. I have to come through a trustworthy, me personally, I trust. I give consent. As soon as it shows, that I trust. Like it's a sunnah.com. He said that it is authentic. If you give me a book with Dar es Salaam on it, but you have a book with Oxford.
My friend, what's your name?
No, you don't even understand what I'm saying.
I hear you. I hear everything. What's your name?
Not Oxford is not an Islamic source.
What's your name, my friend?
You understand me?
I'm David. What's your name?
My name is Abdullah.
Abdullah.
Yeah, do you understand me?
How is what you're doing, Abdullah? How is what you're doing not preaching mode? When I was talking, you ignored me. No. I was preaching. No. Now you're preaching.
No. Tell you why you're preaching. You went on to tell me this is what happened in Islamic history. I'm talking about. Listen, this is cheating. I'm gonna access you. Listen.
Should we ignore actual provable history in exchange for what your Quran says? Should we?
No, listen.
I hear everything you said.
You can say, I'm saying to you.
You're repeating yourself. That's the problem.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to converse with me and refute the point from me, you have to give it from those three. You can say, I don't want. And
why those three only?
Because that's what I chose to take it from.
So it's blind faith.
You can call it what you like, sir.
Okay, well.
Can you do that? Can you converse within the point?
It's difficult to argue with blind faith.
What is blind faith?
Faith that has no basis in reality whatsoever. So you simply believe for the sake of believing. For example, I believe that I have a dragon on my shoulder. And I just believe it.
Why is it?
So it doesn't matter what you say. Well, the fact that you can't see it or you can't feel it, I just believe it's there, so it's there.
So the Quran verses have no basis in reality?
A lot of them don't have a basis in reality.
You say that they don't exist?
Huh? Well, so the events being described don't exist. Like the night journey.
Why does it exist?
No, I'm a Christian.
Why does it exist?
Huh?
Why does it exist?
So, the night journey claims that he went to a masjid in Jerusalem.
No, I'm not asking what it claims. Don't repeat the claim.
Right?
Why does it exist?
Now, it doesn't exist because there was no masjid until about maybe 70 years after Muhammad died.
How old are you?
Or 60 years after he died. Because we can actually track the dates of the earliest masjid in Jerusalem. And that happened after it was conquered by Umar. Right? So it's not blind faith. Because, for example, if it was, did anybody ever write about it? Right? In Jerusalem, you had Jews and Christians. Did anybody ever write about it?
You weren't there. That's blind faith.
No, I wasn't there, but people were there. right?
Okay, so I wasn't there, so people were there that tell me that.
People were there.
People there tell me that.
Did they ever have a masjid in Jerusalem before the advent of Islam?
People there tell me that they
didn't.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Who?
So what we're gonna go now?
Who told you there was a masjid?
A place of prostration, a place of worship. In Jerusalem, there's always been a place of worship.
Okay.
Can you please?
So,
please, I'm speaking.
So technically, if you go into a church, it's a masjid. Is that correct?
Can I finish speak? Can I finish speak?
If you go to a satanic altar, it's a masjid. Is that correct?
In Jerusalem, there's always been a place of prostration.
Well, technically, the temple was destroyed in 70 AD, so that is incorrect.
Are you saying in Jerusalem there wasn't no place of worship?
It was the Qibla for Islam from the
Are you saying? I don't digress. Don't answer my question directly.
Right.
Are you saying 770 CE in Jerusalem there wasn't no place of prostration, no place of worship?
So please describe what a place of prostration is. Because technically you can do it anywhere, right? Technically.
Answer me.
Okay. I would like to know what the terms you're using mean. What is a place of prostration?
In Jerusalem.
You're in preaching mode. Stop preaching, please. Clarify something for me, and then I'll answer your question. What is a place of prostration? Define that place.
A place of prostration. You know, Muslim prayer.
Clean place that's been.
What does clean mean?
Where can the face where there's no animals, it's a clean place, it's free from impurities, it's a place where you're facing in the right direction, where people not walking, there's no idols or artificial
Okay, idol worshippers. Yeah, idol worshippers can pray in such a place as you described. As you described, what you describe, idol worshippers can worship their deities. What you described, what you just described.
That's a different argument.
You get that point.
About Jerusalem.
So the question being raised was
Jerusalem.
So you mentioned free from impurities.
Yes.
What kind of impurity are we talking about here? Bacteria completely?
No.
Oh, really? Okay. Where are you getting this criteria for what constitutes being pure?
So purity. So even like for example, a dog would walk in the mosque, and the Prophet ﷺ said it's fine.
Unless it's a black dog.
No, it doesn't matter about the color.
It does matter, and I can show you how deep it does matter. Black things ain't good in Islam.
So a dog can walk in the mosque,
except if it's black.
Impure. It doesn't make it
what about the
otherwise if it's black?
A man can pee in the mosque, it doesn't make it impure.
On the floor? Right. Okay.
Because of the Quran verse,
So
the Quran verse is that.
Wait, my friend Abdul, do you believe that a man can pee on the floor and that area can still be a masjid?
About the mosque, brother.
Where does it say this anywhere? Because I believe there's a hadith that says that the number one reason for going to hell is sin to do with urination. So I don't think you can pray there anymore if someone pees on the floor.
It's more to do with desecrating your body by spraying urine on your clothes and things.
Right, but then if someone pees on the floor and you wash it away with water and then you prostrate in that same place, you're still getting pee on you.
No, everything can become pure. That's the thing. A man can be impure.
Can feces become pure?
You're gonna move the feces, not about feces.
Of course, you can wash it away.
Right, but the feces itself doesn't become pure. The area becomes pure. Okay, awesome, great, perfect. Okay, no, wait. So, thank you for clarifying. Thanks for clarifying all those things. Now, let's go back 5 steps.
When the feces goes into the ground and it becomes part of the food cycle, it becomes pure. The whole world, everything.
Well, no, the feces doesn't become pure. It still remains feces. They're just it breaks down, and then the waste product is left behind, and the nutrients is taken away.
A waste of a waste becomes something that becomes nutrients.
No, the waste never actually does anything. Just sediments. Right?
The waste breaks down. It becomes nutrients that feeds the plant.
Does the entire so let's just say you have some pieces, right? Does the entire thing get used in plant cycle? It doesn't.
Does the entire
collection of feces get used? The entire thing? It doesn't.
The entire feces will be broken down.
It doesn't.
Every bit of it gets. Look at the whole universe and the way that the universe is constructed.
Take this for example. Some feces can contain a virus called Vibrio cholerae that causes cholera, right? Those things can wind up in the ground and then potentially be used to germinate plants.
Even they will grow.
Do the plants have cholera in them?
Yeah, but even the virus will break down.
It's left behind.
No, I'm a doctor. Everything eventually breaks down.
Not everything.
Even viruses break down.
Viruses do break down, yes. However, they're left behind. They don't just vanish and get converted to chlorophyll.
They will break down into their protein constituents.
Are you man with the
Proteins will break down into their elements because they'll be digested by bacteria, they'll be digested by the protozoa in the ground, and eventually return to the earth and become nutrients.
But the waste products that cannot be used in plants stay behind, right? So that cannot be used to facilitate the growth of plants stays behind. So in that way, the entire feces doesn't become pure. It simply gets utilized again for something else.
Even if your point is correct, where's this going?
So let's go back to the factors before.
Oh wow, you mean to say
yes,
that?
because I wanted to clarify what you meant as a masjid.
If you meant like for
free from
example,
impurity.
water from the feces remains as water, therefore that water is still impure.
Well, it depends if it mixes enough with the feces. Right?
From the perspective of so the beauty of Islam is that it's very pragmatic.
It's not. It's very impractical.
It's very pragmatic.
It's incredibly impractical.
The idea is that a man who is impure washes himself and suddenly he's pure. He's clean to
for example, when it comes to practical, okay, you know what? Let's touch on practicality later.
Impure with aseptic. Right?
Yeah, it's all the same
thing. Nothing will be aseptic unless you're in a clinical environment.
Well, then it will depend what you mean by pure, because technically now you're opening a very wide variety of things that can be considered as pure.
Why don't you start? What is impure?
For me, I'm a Christian. I go by what Christ said. It's not what goes into a man that makes him impure, it's what comes out of a man that makes him impure. It doesn't matter about how much you wash yourself before you go to pray. That doesn't do anything for you.
What is impure then?
Wait a second. Let's go back a couple of steps, right? Impure is anything that goes against God. That's what impure is. Now, let's go to this masjid that we were talking about before, right? Because no, wait. So you claim, so what it does say to stay away from blood, right? But only if you can, right? If for some reason you're somewhere where you can't cook your meat, then you can eat it. Huh? Yeah, it is not what goes into a man that makes him clean, but what comes out of the man, right?
If a man eats cholera, what happens to him?
Potentially he might get cholera.
So he becomes dirty.
No, he just becomes sick.
He becomes sick.
Yes, but sick doesn't mean you're dirty.
So he's pure.
I mean, you're a doctor, right? If somebody is sick, you wouldn't say, damn, you're dirty. There you go.
What I'm saying is he's infectious.
Okay, but that doesn't make you dirty. It just makes you infectious.
By your own thing, he's no longer septic, is he?
Well, I didn't say something being aseptic was what it meant to be pure.
The point we're making about purity and cleanliness in Islam is the idea of halal.
Okay.
So if a man's income is halal, it means that he's eating halal because he's paying for food that's halal. A man who
could be eating haram food. He could be eating bacon.
If he needs
so there you go. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Well, he could be earning halal money and then spending on haram things. So that doesn't make a difference. Wait, we're digressing. Let's go back now to this event in the masjid, right? Supposedly, I think it was a year I think it was 627. I think it's yeah. So that verse, right? Now, this event, pause. This event is supposed to have occurred in 627.
So you're affirming that the Quran says the verse is masjid?
Well, there is a Quran verse that talks about Allah taking a prophet from one masjid to a furthest masjid, right? Okay. And then Muslims interpret this as the night journey. But it doesn't clarify. Okay?
So who's the finisher? 1 second.
But the hadith very clearly clarifies that this refers.
And then there's problems with that historically.
No, there's not.
There is.
I want to clarify the definition. I want to get tripped.
There's a lot of things in Bukhari that are ahistorical.
So since you affirm first before you're going to refute,
you affirm in Bukhari.
Brother, what you affirm that the Quran says masjid.
Yep.
Yes, but then you're going to refute after. The word masjid in the Quran
very easily because in the Quran you just make up things.
The word masjid in the Quran. Whose definition should we take for masjid in this context? Yours or the Islamic paradigm?
Well, in the Islamic paradigm, I don't think there's an agreement even on what a masjid is, because, for example, I've heard twice today that a masjid is just any ground that is clean.
You affirm that you're going to use that the Quran says masjid, and then you're going to refute after.
You're going to have to contend with the fact that there was no masjid there.
There's a difference between a physical masjid and a place of prayer where many Muslims gather for prayer.
That's what I want to understand.
The whole earth is essentially a masjid.
Yes,
even toilets.
That's Islamic
This is
teaching.
where we can come to.
Even the toilet?
This is where the practical
That's a problem.
elements of it come to. Of course not.
That's Islamic teaching. That's what I was going to say to you.
You said the whole earth and toilets are part of the earth, so therefore you're wrong about that.
Potentially, I think he said.
We have our exception. We know our exception.
Okay, now, again, there was no masjid when Muhammad went to Jerusalem. Either either a building or a prayer ground where you could pray. Don't forget, he prayed there with all the prophets. And you guys believe in 124,000 of them. So there was no masjid for 124,000 people.
It doesn't matter if
It does. It does. Because no one reported it. And people were in Jerusalem at the time who reported it. You had the Byzantine Romans, you had Jews, you had Christians. No one reported this.
praying there before. Of course they were.
So
that was the Qibla.
they were praying there. The Muslims never went to Jerusalem before Muhammad was alive. There is no record of something called a Muslim going to Jerusalem before Muhammad was around.
Of course
where's evidence?
Tell me the name.
Give me evidence.
Very simply, Islam.
You make the claim. Give me evidence.
Very simply,
Give me evidence.
Islam only begins when Muhammad is born.
You made evidence.
Before that, there's no Islam.
Give me proof.
Actually,
Prove it.
Islam has been there since the time of Adam.
If you agree,
What does Islam mean? What does Islam mean?
if you agree,
Islam has been there since
What
the
does Islam
time
mean?
of
What does Islam
it
mean?
factually hasn't. So
What does Islam mean? What does
you're
Islam
wrong
mean?
mathematically.
By factual,
Brother, we're not
what are you referring to?
In order for you to be a Muslim, unless the definition of a Muslim changes from time to time, unless it does that, then that would mean that Islam could not have been there before Muhammad.
What does Islam mean?
Because don't forget, you hold to the 5 pillars, and I think if you're a Sunni, the 6 articles of faith. These things were not practical before Muhammad was around. So therefore, it would mean that you couldn't have been a Muslim
Islam mean
before Muhammad.
protector. You think Islam mean protector?
People of a different time.
This guy is a doctor.
And different traditions.
I think he's more intelligent.
And therefore, the
You're not making
this guy.
it's fine.
This Muslim guy is a doctor.
It's fine.
So let us
I need the section on the back side.
What you're saying
I need the
is
section
that
there.
it's all
We're not
part of the
making
same
no, it's fine. We're not going to make a
message.
15
It doesn't
Muslim
go to a
brother. It's fine.
different
So you're saying that Islam has changed multiple times
You're
through
moving
history.
camera on his face.
I'm saying
Why you put
that,
camera on his face? You don't want to do the video.
Okay, fair enough. And what being a Muslim has changed multiple times as well.
Put on YouTube for money. This guy.
What
Don't
was
let him
classed
video
as a
you.
Muslim, so Muslims used to be able to drink
He's the editing video,
alcohol.
no.
They were able to eat pork.
I don't know that. Don't put
Well,
camera on his face.
then they were.
That's a unique position. But if you choose to hold that position, that's fine. We can work with that.
Christian are very rude, you know.
We know that
Rude.
for a fact.
Well,
It says it in the Quran.
it doesn't say in the Quran that
Very rude Christian in the West. Very rude.
Right.
Muslims initially.
But you see, here's the issue, right? Now you run into problems.
Go get a job and
Right.
don't sit by YouTube like that.
You do,
I believe
right?
it's very useful.
Because
But I'm not here to persuade you.
no, that's fine. But
I'm just here to correct something that you're
understand that when you say these things, there are ramifications to it, right? Because now, what you're going to tell me is, for example, you have no basis of saying that Zoroastrians at one point were not also Muslims, despite not believing in anything that Muslims hold, because technically, by your very wide-scale definition, they could have been a type of Muslim.
But I don't know if they were or weren't, because
Right.
I cannot go back to their history and tell you if they were or weren't, and then became deviated from the religion of Islam.
Okay, so how can you make that case for Adam when you can't go back and look at him as well and practice and observe him practicing anything to do with his version of
Because
Islam?
the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, they all refer to the story of Adam alayhi
Is that the only reason why you believe as a Muslim?
I believe, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
So just-
and well, there's
Now,
other scientific reasons.
Did you notice that
You know about the Adam mitochondria, for example, and Eve mitochondria.
the idea of two people being able to replicate multiple people's
we have
from them?
descended from a single pair, basically.
Yeah.
We are the children of Adam.
if you
Let them speak, man.
no. Let him. Hey,
No, let's speak, no, you know, let us speak, man.
Hey, Abdul.
Let's say
And now,
let us speak, man. Let us speak.
calm
He's telling me the same thing. No,
Calm down.
let us speak, man.
Calm down.
He's a hypocrite. Let him speak, man.
Calm down.
He's a hypocrite. Let us
Because
speak, man.
both of you are talking
He
at
just
once.
tell me.
Calm down.
No, let us speak, man. Let us speak.
You're preaching.
I can't answer.
But you're aware of.
What are you doing? Calm down.
He's really a troublemaker.
Pardon me. Do you want me videos? Do you want me to be on video?
I would rather
Your
not.
hand.
He would rather not be on video. Is it okay?
I would rather
But you never said that.
ask permission.
You didn't say that.
Move the camera. You should have told me. I tell him all along.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, if you told me, that would have been fine.
You need to calm down, my friend.
What?
You're being a...
It's okay. So
He's recording. recording
He's
me.
still video. He doesn't care.
He's
He doesn't say anything to me.
recording
Many was
me.
speaking. I said, don't video me. He said, okay. You know what he did after? Put him up again. Christian cannot be trusted. They're liars.
Awesome job, my dude.
Put the phone away, man. Nobody want to be a camera.
He's recording me.
Brother, you
right?
don't need to say
So
that.
don't worry, you can record me.
I was an ex-Christian. I know them. I've been amongst them.
An ex-Christian. Oh my goodness, I'll also drone to you later. You were never a
Missionary, they're
Christian.
liars. They shock each other in the church. Brother and sister, I used to go to.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay, well, we can talk
They're
about that
liars.
later.
And the pastor, they steal all the money.
Okay, fair
I was a part of them. Active missionary.
Then you're a
Yes.
sinner.
Am I lying?
You're a sinner.
I was in the. Am I lying?
You're a sinner, and you need
Christian
Christ.
liars.
You need Christ.
That's why I leave you guys.
didn't have Christ.
You're all Christian.
That's your problem.
All Christian
It wasn't about leaving Christ. It was about going
Are you a sinner? Are you a sinner? Are you a sinner?
Of course.
All of us are flawed.
Absolutely.
Are you a sinner?
I need Christ.
Are you a sinner?
I am.
Do you have Christ now?
I do have Christ.
Do you still
right?
sin?
I still sin.
Do you sin
right?
daily?
I still sin
Do you
daily.
sin daily?
But here's a great
Do you sin?
thing.
No, no, that's
I
what-
don't run away
Answer me,
because I
answer me,
sin.
stay with me.
I run to Christ because I sin. You ran away.
All right, so
That's
you
the problem.
so here now. So you run to Christ, you reach Christ now. Do you still sin?
Christ? So you're familiar with the
Do
two
you still
concepts.
sin after you reach Christ?
Quiet. You're
Do you still
familiar
sin?
with justification
Do you still sin?
and then sanctification,
Do you still
right?
sin?
Are you familiar with those two
Do
things?
you still sin?
Right? So as you can see,
Do you still
when
sin?
you are, before you become
Do
a
you
Christian,
still sin?
and then you accept Christ,
No, you run to
then
Christ and reach
one
Christ.
thing happens, right?
I agree, you
is
run
you're
to Christ and
justified.
reach Christ.
So you're now
You run
free
to
from
Christ and
penalty
reach
of
Christ.
sin.
You
Now,
run to Christ and reach
secondly, you
Christ.
go to sanctification, where Christ works on you consistently
But
to
you still-
reduce
after that-
the amount of sin that
after
you
that-
do.
after that, do you
So
still sin?
I don't do excessive
I
sin,
never asked
for
about the
example.
amount. I asked
I'm
about the
lucky
quantity.
enough not to be an
I'm asking
excessive
about the
liar
quantity.
or thief
I'm asking
or
about the
fornicator.
quantity.
But I absolutely
Can you
do
with
still
me?
do
I'm
things
asking about the
that God
quantity.
does not
Do
like.
you still
Right?
sin?
However, you were
Do you
doing
still
those
sin?
bad
Forget about me. I'm
things,
asking
and
you.
then you ran away from
I'm
God.
lost. I come
That's
to
your
you.
problem.
I'm not coming to you.
That's your problem.
But you fine, you Christ. You fine. Can you shut up, please? Do you still sin?
We can come back in a second.
Do you still sin?
I already answered this.
So you're habitual sinner daily then?
I already answered this.
So you're habitual. You know what the Bible says about people like
I
us to
already
sin?
answered this.
The Bible says that the children of God
I
never know God
already
nor see.
answered this for you.
1 John chapter 3 says,
Did you
if you
hear
still sin,
anything that I
you're not
told
the
you?
child of God. Your own Bible refutes
Did
your
you
nonsense.
hear anything I just
But you
told
didn't
you?
know your Bible. You didn't know that.
Did you
Your
hear
own
what
Bible
I
cut the
just told
truth.
you?
1 John chapter 3.
Did you hear me?
If you're children of God, you cannot sin.
Oh, great. So you're preaching now, huh?
Your Bible says if you're children of God,
So
you
you're
cannot
preaching,
sin.
huh?
There's no continuous there. I'm going to show my liar. The verse, there's no continuous here. I read it for you right now.
All right, well, I'll catch you around later. The overall point I wanted to raise is, if you accept that Islam changes from time to time, the division of such
So
changes.
we're talking about the religions that were predating the what we call Muhammad's message from the Quran and all the rest.
Okay.
So those
And,
that was called. So they were called Muslims.
Or Hanif, or something about nature, someone who believed in a singular God.
Yes.
Do you accept that? Okay. Because I would love to. You seem a bit more tempered than some of the Muslims that I see here in the
Everyone
corner.
here seems very, very highly strung.
Yeah. So I would be, if you come again, we can have that conversation. I can understand what you hold to be. I'm assuming you're Sunni. I could be wrong. Okay. Well, I would love to know what you would hold that to be, and then we can talk about it from that paradigm going forwards. I assume simply because you were talking with the guys that you held to the same regular beliefs that Sunnis do. I see in this park, but I'm aware Islam's a large umbrella. I'm aware. I'm aware.
The thing is, I don't think that my views are any different to the mainstream.
They're very different. I can tell you something.
I think that sometimes the difference is more to do with awareness of the bigger issues. Sometimes, perhaps, and maybe to make things black and white, people put things into categories, and it's black and white is easy for the majority of people.
Sure. Well, you're like a nuanced guy. If you come again, then let me know. What's your name, sorry?
Faisal.
I'm David.
David, nice
All right. Love you. God bless. All right.